Hi everyone, Kyle Butler, known as a blockchain insurance broker. I know that it's very exciting, end of day one, to be talking about insurance, but I think I'm going to bring a lot of insights and things to light for you. So crypto, insurance, NFT insurance, blockchain insurance. How will NFT risk mitigation drive adoption? So first off, we need to define what is blockchain insurance. In this particular conversation, the three pieces that we're talking about: directors and officers insurance, errors and omissions, and of course, cyber insurance. Directors and officers insurance is protecting board members, founders, as well as executives from lawsuits that can be brought into the fold externally or within arguments from each other. Errors and omissions, perfect example: has your project been authorized to build something for a name brand, Nike, Gucci, Hermes? If you've made a mistake during that procedure and they're unhappy with the product that you've created, errors and omissions will cover that cost and allow you to rebuild monetarily. Cyber insurance, of course, this is blockchain. Everything we're doing is on the internet. So ultimately, the backbone of your security is your cyber protocols, your cybersecurity implementation, and then ultimately that last line of defense, which would be your cyber insurance policies. Let's talk about who needs it. First and foremost, commercial projects. 98% of every single project that you've ever seen does not have one layer of commercial insurance currently. Who is inside of these commercial projects? It could be B2B or B2C. It's irrelevant because the likelihood is you're functioning as a corporation, which means you have members, executives, or even founders that can be held accountable for the actions and decisions that you're making. Executives, your CFO, your CEO, your CRO, your CMO, and then of course the newest CMO, Chief Metaverse Officer. You got to get them insured. Founders, yes, if you're sitting here and you're like, well, none of that applies to me. I've created a DAO, I'm a founder, I have no legal responsibility, there's no one that can sue me. The answer is they can, and you absolutely need directors and officers insurance. And then ultimately, our capital partners, the venture capital, private equity, and family offices that are funding your particular project. Because there is such little legal precedent in terms of the lawsuits when something goes wrong, they are typically included in the board member's lawsuit, and they're absolutely wanting to have directors and officers insurance to protect them from the investments that they've made towards you. What is the blue check mark effect? The blue check mark effect is essentially as commercial insurance becomes more and more popular for protocols and projects to obtain and financially afford to, more and more often, individuals are going to be looking for the company that has the blue check mark. What does that mean? A company that is at least physically, voluntarily insured themselves in their project. Doesn't mean that their individual constituents will have insurance on their wallets, or maybe not even necessarily the product that's been created, but ultimately it shows a layer of responsibility from the business owners that want to insure their project and see the longevity of their particular vision being brought out. Risk management bleeds into community protection, which bleeds into individual protection. When a company has the belief that you're willing to insure yourself, they also have that belief in supporting your project financially by being one of your clients and supporting you because you're doing everything you can to protect your own ship. The current environment of blockchain insurance, currently capacity is extremely limited. It is very, very difficult to even qualify for commercial insurance if you're a blockchain protocol. Ultimately, the strongest financial performance, the strongest cybersecurity protocols, and the strongest founder's vision is going to qualify for this type of insurance. There is no individual protection for assets, i.e. your wallet, if you're thinking about kind of relating it to car insurance or your individual homeowner's insurance. That does not exist yet. That could be something that's offered in the future, but currently that just simply doesn't exist. Metaverse insurance is something that is being talked about. There's some different ways, some very unique fintech companies and brokerages are viewing how to insure the metaverse and those digital assets. And then in the future, there will be consumer protection, i.e. your individual wallet will be able to get insurance, layers of insurance, and eventually all the way down to your individual assets. We can insure those. Ultimately, Web3 needs a hero. And it's not going to be a Sam Bankman-Fried, and it's not going to be a Duke Kwon. The hero in Web3 is going to be our ability to mirror the private sector and the protections they've given their consumers and their brands through the means of private insurance and voluntarily accepting these particular products so that you can be essentially insured and more protected for the waves that come through this environment. It's going to add inclusion, it's going to add peace of mind to your constituents and your own founders, and ultimately it's borderless and boundless. Once you're protected, your entire project's protected, whether you're an Australian project, a UK project, or an American-based project. So let's ride the waves of change, and let's have the opportunity to think a little bit more into your risk protocol and risk management. Let's implement some solutions, and then ultimately we will be stronger as an industry because of it. Thank you guys very much. I can answer any questions or wave myself off the stage. I appreciate every single one of you.